for to share with the rest of the marketing team members that are out there that can't join us today. So with that, I'm going to move into our agenda and just briefly do a few introductions. So I introduced myself, but I also want to introduce a few of the other people that you probably see names and emails from a lot of us floating around. So CORFAC is governed, our marketing and communications initiatives are governed by the communications committee. And our chair is joining us today, Frank Schultz with the Clavin Company in the Los Angeles area. So I don't know, Frank, if you want to say hello real quickly, or if you are just kind of listening.
Hello, Jennifer. And I just want to say thank you to everyone for hopping on here. This is certainly something that we see of, as being valuable going forward, and we want input from everybody. And I think, as Jennifer will touch on, the goal of today's call is to make sure that we are making these productive and worth everybody's time going forward. So I'm excited to hear how we can all collaborate and learn from everyone who's actually in the weeds doing the work. So thank you, Jennifer.
Yeah, thanks, Frank. I'm gonna move on and introduce Patricia True-Agos. She is our marketing and PR consultant that CORFAC works with a third-party marketing consultant. And Patricia, if you'd like to introduce yourself, that'd be great.
Sure. Hi, I'm Patricia True-Agos with KT Public Relations, and I've met a few of you, some of you have not. And as she stated, Jennifer stated, I work as the external PR and marketing arm for CORFAC International. And I think that's my introduction. I've been doing public relations and marketing for, gosh, 26 years now, specifically in the commercial real estate industry. And again, just kind of echoing what Frank said, I'm really looking forward to this group and to seeing how we can best support you in your efforts individually, and how we can all collaborate a little bit more and achieve some of those goals.
Great, thanks, Patricia. I introduced myself already, so I won't do that again. But Christy, if you'd like to introduce yourself, that'd be great.
Hi, everybody. I'm Christy Schlossberg. I'm the Director of Integrated Marketing and Global Services at CORFAC. I work with Jennifer and Jonathan on staff, and I know many of you work with Diane as well, who's not on this call, and then also collaborate with Patricia. What I do with CORFAC marketing is specific. I work with our social media campaigns and all of those channels, and then I do a lot of our internal and educational marketing. So you'll see we're starting to really ramp up our marketing for our spring conference, our virtual spring conference. So that's a lot of the things that I work on, and then of course work with the team. So I'm excited to meet. I've met some of you and work with all of the group. So
thanks, Christy. And lastly, Jonathan.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. I'm Jonathan Salk. I'm CEO at CORFAC. Been here 6 years. Fantastic organization, and thank you all for being here. And we hope this is just the start of something very special that we'll do on a regular basis. And we're just always looking for ways to improve the organization and network. So with your help, we will continue to do that. Thank you.
Great, thank you. And okay, so this is a little, I know a lot of cameras aren't on, so I don't know if people are multitasking, but I did want to try to just briefly have everybody just state their name, what firm they're with, and just share a fact about themselves, a fun fact. But really just want to put some faces and names together, or at least some names and voices together if you're not ready to come on camera. But I'll just call on you based on the participant list. And if you don't mind unmuting yourself and just saying a couple words, that'd be great. The first one I'm seeing is Allison.
Hey everybody, I'm Allison Terranova. I'm with Patterson Woods Commercial Properties in Wilmington, Delaware. I do the marketing for the firm, social media, press releases. I develop all of the flyers, just anything we can do to get our name out there and our properties out there. A fun fact, I taught myself how to play violin during the pandemic, so.
It's amazing. Very cool, thanks.
Nice to meet you all.
Thanks, Allison. Let's see, Andrea Jones, if you're able to introduce yourself, that'd be great.
Hi, I'm Andrea Jones. And my market is it's Colorado. And it's a developing position. I've been with Dustin for a couple years. It's a small firm of him, me, and 2 other brokers. So I try to oversee the market. When I worked at Cushman and Wakefield, I got a lot of experience, but I'm not like a graphic designer. I oversaw a team of 5 graphic designers and research people. So I was more of a manager, kind of put a team together, make sure things happen person. But I do handle putting together some brochures and doing some social media, and we're still developing that. A fun fact, I'm a native of Colorado. When I got out of college, I went to India and I had the chance to meet Mother Teresa. That's my big news.
Thanks for sharing. Both Allison and Andrea are both on the communications committee as well. So they work with Frank and staff and help to lead the communications and marketing efforts for CORFAC. Okay, I'm seeing, Becca. All right, if somebody doesn't chime in, we'll just keep going, and hopefully we'll be able to catch up with them later. Let's see, Chelsea.
Hey, I'm Chelsea. I'm with First Capital Property Group based in Orlando, Florida. I am the marketing director, so anything and everything marketing that falls on me. Fun fact, I went to Western Kentucky University, so go Hilltoppers.
Cool. Thanks, Chelsea. Marella. Morella's still there?
Yes, I'm here.
Great.
Hi, everyone. So my name is Mirela Raicu. I'm from Romania, Bucharest, with a SOP office affiliate of CORFAC. My role over the time has been very fluid one. But I can say that I have been involved in the brokerage side, in working directly with the clients, and also on the marketing part. For us, the marketing part means a lot of online marketing, like AdWords, search engine optimization. And now we are looking into the social media, which we have been a bit reluctant over in the initial years, but now it's becoming more and more towards the business community as well. I think this call is a great idea, and I'm sure that we will all exchange valuable information, and each of us has various interesting insights from our market, from our experience. Like a fun fact, what can I say? The last 9 months have been probably the most interesting for me in my career, because I try to keep up with the work, but also with a child being at home, and which proved to be nastier than any of my corporate past clients. And but I think I achieved a lot of calm and tolerance. I hope I will remain on this track. There is something good in any situation.
Thank you, Marella.
Thank you.
It looks like, I think it's Cindy Hessler. Okay, I don't know if Cindy's able to join or not. Okay, let's see, Jeanette.
Hi, my name is Jeanette Wright, and I'm a marketing consultant for the Claiborne Company in Los Angeles. My role with the firm is to support Frank and his awesome staff in creating and executing marketing strategy for the organization. And a fun fact, I always wanted to be an airline pilot growing up.
Great, thank you so much, Jeanette. Let's see, Julie.
Hi, I'm Julie Watson. I work with L. Mason Capitani, and our market location is Southeast Detroit. I am the marketing director, so I handle all the brochures, floor plans, sending out information sheets, taking care of the social media. A fun fact about myself is this time last year, I was vacationing in Costa Rica, mask-free.
That sounds like a good memory to have.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Julie. Let's see. So, Kayla. I don't know, Kayla McAllister. I don't know if you're able to unmute and introduce yourself. Now we'll move on. Let's see, Kaylee. Nope. Okay. Got Christy. Lisa from Claiborne mentioned she doesn't have a microphone on her her computer, so we will just say hello to Lisa, but know that she's not going to introduce herself. Let's see, Lucrecia.
Hi, I'm Lucrezia. I work for Ipunto. I am the office manager and do also marketing. And a fun fact about me, last year during the lockdown, I learned to cook.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's see, Melody. No, Melody. Okay. Sarah Loftus.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I work at King Industrial Realty, and we're primarily in Atlanta, Georgia, or surrounding Atlanta area. I'm the social media coordinator at the office. And a fun fact, I guess, during the pandemic, I took up sourdough bread baking. So very challenging, but very tasty.
Yeah, that's a great skill. Awesome, thank you. I see Rob Laurie. I'm not sure exactly who that is, but
Do they want you now? They want you?
Hi, I'm Lori Johnson. I'm with Blue and Obrecht Realty. We're in Baltimore. I have similar responsibilities to Allison, traditional marketing responsibilities. And then I guess a fun fact is that I'm also a licensed salesperson, so I can help out in that area as well.
thank you so much, Lori. And the last person I'm seeing, Veronica.
Hi there, I'm Veronica. I am the marketing communications manager for the Andover Company in Seattle, Washington. I cover everything from flyers, brochures, our website, social media, jack of all trades. And a fun fact about myself is I'm a dual citizen with the US and Germany.
Awesome. Thanks, Veronica. If anybody is on the call that I missed, please jump in now. Otherwise, we'll move on to our next topic. All right, well, thank you. So we have, I just wanted to briefly highlight the resources that CORFAC has available to you as marketing team members. And then I want to move into asking you what services we can provide and how CORFAC can be a better resource for you in your day-to-day. So some of the things, I'm just gonna briefly go through the list. Some of you might know about these things, some of you maybe don't know. And if you're not familiar, we're happy to set you up with access to all of these things. And it's as simple as sending an email to me, Christy, or Jonathan, and we're happy to get you set up with access to the members only area of the website. We call this the CORFAC Toolkit, and in there we have a range of templates and files and resources that you are welcome to download and use as you would like. Press release templates, we have some customizable infographics and ads that you're welcome to use. The branding guidelines for CORFAC are in there as well, and they're pretty straightforward, and we encourage every firm to incorporate the CORFAC branding into your marketing and client-facing materials. Let's see, customizable logos. So if you'd like a CORFAC logo, you can download that, or you can colorize it to go complement your own firm's signature colors. And we've got boilerplate information. We've got a range of videos and sample marketing pieces. We do have some thought leadership and content. You're welcome to share those things that we're putting out through our social channels and through things that would have appeared on our under the CORFAC brand on different media outlets. We encourage you to share those and to repurpose those as much as you can and as you'd like. And of course, we're doing these marketing specialty group calls, which will get more topic focused after today. We'd like these to be more hands-on and really have some takeaway information that you could use. And then of course, Patricia, our third-party marketing consultant, you're welcome to consult with her if you need assistance on anything or would like help getting she's available there. And so with that, I just want to ask if there's any other things that we can help you with. Please feel free to add them to the chat, or feel free to email, like I said, email me or Christy on staff, and let us know what we can provide that would be of value and a resource to you and your company. I did want to briefly also talk a little bit, and actually I might turn it over to Patricia and Christy to jump in for this, about the CORFAC media plan and what does it offer for you as a member of CORFAC and as a marketing team professional. And Patricia, do you want to jump in and Chris can as well on some of these points?
Sure. One question that just came in is, how often is this group going to meet? That is something that we would like to hear from you. So if you want to enter into the chat, do you want to meet on a monthly basis? Do you want to meet bi-monthly? Do you just want this to be a quarterly meeting? What we really want to do is make sure that, as we discuss topics that are important to you, that you want to learn more about, maybe we can bring in a social media specialist, maybe we can bring in guest speakers that can talk to you about a specific topic and really hone in on those topics. So this is for you to really gain as much education and as much information as you can about marketing, social media, public relations, communications, anything that you feel that might benefit you the most within your company. So how often we meet is, again, up to you. Please enter into the chat, email us, give us your thoughts, and then we will coordinate together and come up with a schedule and a topic schedule as well. So, so you can continue to do that as we're talking today, or you can think about it a little bit and then send us your thoughts a little later too. So our media plan for 2021 consists of several different components. One of the things that we really try to do with our media plan and have pushed this through for the last few years is leveraging our dollars. So anything that we spend, what is the most that we can get out of it? How can we leverage it? So not just placing a digital ad somewhere, which we do place digital advertising, but also how can we leverage our relationships with those publications that we are advertising with. So going through this list, we have we're increasing our social media engagement through content ads and infographics and shareable campaigns. So social media is a place where we've done a lot of advertising, a lot of content, and this year we're looking to increase that content with some engagement with the external, with end users within our CORFAC community, but just increasing that social media content. So Christy, I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about that before I go into the other areas.
I would say that we are active. So CORFAC as a whole is active on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. So, and try to follow all of your companies, all of the CORFAC companies on those social channels as well. And if you follow CORFAC, it really works for us to be following each other, because then we can see each other's posts and we can share each other's posts. So when I see your posts and you mentioned CORFAC, I see those, they pop up in our feed, and then I can share those, and then everybody in CORFAC who follows CORFAC sees those. So that's, obviously how that works. You guys know that. But we are just trying to, work on content schedules and do a little bit more. And that's something that we'll hopefully talk about in some future sessions, is maybe coordinating some of our social media campaigns and sharing things. If we develop a specific type of content or piece of content and sharing it at the same time, that kind of elevates the brand. That's one of the things that we wanted to talk about. We're going to spend some additional money on some paid campaigns. We've spent money the last couple of years. We're going to spend some more this year, just to try to increase our engagement, increase our followers, again, to try to increase brand awareness, which just really kind of benefits the firms and our members. But we are active in posting every day, sharing your posts as we see them, and things of that nature. So.
Thanks, Christy. So the next item, the thought leadership articles. So this is done in two ways. We have some paid custom content pieces that go out throughout our media plan. We also have the free press, the press releases, or I'm sorry, the press that we get as third-party credibility. So those are the articles that we pitch and are either written by us or written by the publication. So with that, we try to include as many members as we can. So I'm excited about this group because oftentimes I reach out to the principals and I don't always hear back. So now I know who to really contact to make sure that I get that information that I need. So we try to find topics that we can include a broad audience for. So maybe it's getting a perspective from someone from the East Coast, the West Coast, the South, and talk about a specific topic, but getting it from all perspectives, which we find that the publications really like that and they find that useful. So again, we try to use as many people as we can. We're going to be upping our content this year. Again, leveraging our relationships with the media. We've got more custom articles coming to us through our Mid-Atlantic area and then also our Midwest area, again, as part of leveraging our paid relationships with those publications. So, and with those, we also we leverage those through our social media. So we place them there, we put them on our website, and we also hope that at least those featured in the article and any members will leverage that through their own social media campaigns and through their own uses, whether that be in proposals or link out and send an email blast to their email base, but really try to leverage any and all publicity that we get through as many channels as we possibly can. And then our original CORFAC CRE market research, this is something new that we are working on. It's going to be a work in progress. We have our first survey going out. And what we want to do is get a temperature of the CORFAC members. What's happening in the industry? What's happening in your neck of the woods? What are you seeing? So we can put all of this information together and go to the media as a source. So CORFAC members see this, and not just one specific CORFAC member, but looking at the group as a whole, and how can we pitch that out to the media, and how the media can use CORFAC as a source for that information. We have a lot of members. We have a lot of members doing big deals and are out there seeing what's happening. So we're trying to find a way that we can sort of gather that information and put it out there to the media so that they can at least use this as a source, like I said, to pitch for articles and use social media, use for your own purposes. You can then say, you know, we've surveyed this many members within our organization. This is what we're seeing across the country. So then the industry thought leadership videos. This is something too, we had really good momentum going when we were in person at the conferences. We were able to have a nice setup and had sound and lighting and all of that. And we're able to interview our members and find out what's happening in the industry. Unfortunately, we've not been able to be in person. So we're asking members to do this on their own, to interview themselves. And we've had a couple of people do this, and they turn out great, because this again too is to just sort of, it's used for internal purposes. If we can get to a place where we can get a really great video that we can use for external purposes, that's wonderful. But for right now, it's really, again, just about the community and helping each other, and what's happening in Texas, what's happening in Delaware, what's happening across the country, and being able to see the member talk about it has been useful. And then our new customizable CORFAC ads and marketing collateral. So again, here, this is a little bit about, for the marketing collateral piece, what is it that you need? What pieces would be most beneficial for you that we can create and use possibly some of the survey information that we get back, or whatever you need. But then also we have a digital ad that we are using. This is something we've used for a couple of years, and we are looking to redo that ad for 2021. So we've got some thoughts, and we can talk about that a little bit more later, and might be asking for your opinions there as well. So I think that concludes what all the components that we have for our 2021 media plan.
Thanks, Patricia.
Oh, my audio is breaking up. I'm very sorry.
Okay, you're fine.
Okay.
Thanks, Patricia. Okay, briefly moving on, this group. So just we just got a few goals or reasons. You know, what's our why? Why are we doing this? And essentially, it is to share ideas and best practices on commercial real estate marketing among the firms. For the opportunity to ask questions, serve as resources for one another. We would like to see everyone expand the CORFAC brand and within your firms and across the network, to really see the power of that brand if we're all working, you know, using it and sharing and coordinating efforts there. And I just wanted to ask if you want to chime in, are there other goals or objectives for this group that would really help you? And if somebody's got anything they want to share now, just unmute yourself and share it. Otherwise, I am going to do a email, and I would love to get some feedback. I'll just questions with you, and maybe you could get some feedback from us, or get some feedback to us about what you'd like to see happening in this group. But if anybody's got ideas, you're welcome to share them now.
I would like to jump in here. I think this idea with the marketing specialty call was great, and Alison, I think, had an amazing idea. What I think, at least for us, could be helpful, but I think could be for others as well, would be for us to enhance somehow the presentation that we are able to make, the pitches, our speech in front of corporate clients that we are aiming to achieve more and more. And I think we can by sharing our resources, we can be better at this. In a last call that we had on the European chapter, Daniel Schindlerman from Switzerland came with the idea, if we can put together the knowledge that we each one have on the question, why choosing CORFAC? Or why choosing you as a broker that okay, are not a label like CBRE and so on. This, for instance, I think would be exactly on the point of enhancing the CORFAC image. And this would be a small chapter, maybe out of a bigger one, but I would put resources and involve in, you know, sharing what we did on this part. And I would be curious, and I would like to find out what others think. And maybe after we all shared ideas together with Patricia, with Christy, to give a nice shape on this aspect. So we need to have some penetrating, like the locally owned, globally connected, which is amazing, by the way, says something about CORFAC. We also need to put some small lines, but very meaningful, when we present to our clients in a nice format and so on.
So Marella, just to finish up what you had said, we had a conversation after that European call, and we took that information, and we are, one of the pieces we're going to work on, like Jennifer mentioned, the marketing collateral, was that how to pick up, you know, what's in it for the client. So that is a great example of, you know, taking information from a group, kind of putting it together. So then this, not just for the Europeans, but then for everybody to be able to use that.
Yes, of course. And I think all of us have at some moments in our materials, you know, this chapter covered somehow, maybe in 2 lines, maybe in 5 lines. I shared what we have on this part, and maybe merging with some other better ideas, we can have a nicer presentation that maybe we have now. So it's exactly the spirit that you are mentioning, Christy.
Thanks, Marella.
I'm looking forward to sharing our content ideas. So especially with social media, I run out of ideas. So I feel like I'm just posting listings every day, and those don't necessarily get the most engagement. Our agent news gets a lot of traction. And then if there's a big deal, that usually does. But so I'm looking forward to that. And also just to sharing tools that make our jobs more efficient. So if there's any specific websites or technologies that you use, I'd love to hear about them in the future.
Does the corporate office use anything like Hootsuite?
Sorry, you didn't hear me nodding. Yes, we do use Hootsuite.
Hootsuite for like scheduling your posts on the social media channels?
We do. You know, I use Hootsuite for certain things. I find, especially with the way they've changed, like Twitter and stuff, I find it easier to post directly to Twitter than going through Hootsuite, because sometimes the cropping on the images doesn't quite come the same way. That's just a personal preference for me. But I use Hootsuite a lot to post, like on Instagram and Facebook. I find LinkedIn and Twitter, it's easier for me to post directly.
And there are other versions of the tool besides Hootsuite, right, that compete with Hootsuite?
There are. I'm not familiar with a lot of them, but there's certainly something that we could take a look at. As Allison, I'm not sure, are you using HubSpot or are you using Hootsuite? I know, or are you using any of those?
I use Hootsuite as well. I post directly on LinkedIn. For the other 3, I use Hootsuite.
Yeah.
I just had the idea of it might help some offices if they had a tool like that, you know, that maybe because if enough people wanted it and it was a little bit discounted, they could utilize it, schedule their stuff, and then they're not constantly having to figure out what to post. It's like they tee it up and they've got, I don't know, a ton of, you know, several days or a lot of days ready to go. that it could save a lot of time. So.
Yeah, that's a great idea, Andrea. Also, if anybody has like an example of like let's say they do a monthly content schedule for social that you want to share with us, we're happy to distribute that just as an idea generator, like to see what people post, you know, how often, frequency, what they're posting. To Allison's point about sometimes it gets hard to come up with content ideas beyond listings and people news and that kind of thing. So if anybody's got a sample calendar they want to share, we're happy to distribute that with this group, post it on the extranet so you can check it out when you have time. Any resources like that, feel free to send them to us and we'll make sure they get out to the group.
Well, and if you had some kind of a, I don't want to say book, but if you kept some kind of a log with posts, and you can kind of track the excitement or activity around it, it will help, you know, everybody to know what's, and I know it's different for every market, but what's working for people, like what kind of posts are having more success than others, if that makes sense.
And Allison, I 100% agree with you. It's brokers like to see themselves on social media. I see our engagement. It's photos are huge, videos are better. So anything with movement is what I've seen a lot. What I've seen some offices doing for their listing posts is doing even doing just a little video through, it's probably through like Adobe Spark or something, just a little like quick listing video where it's just like the photo drops in and the words come across. So there's some sort of movement. Just, I bet you that engagement is up than just like a static sort of an image. I mean, again, we don't, CORFAC, kind of our philosophy is that we don't share listings just because we would probably just be sharing listings that there's so many listings that our members share. We share, you know, deals and things like that are completed and finished, but I still see them because I follow all of these, all of everybody. And I've been seeing that kind of trend to see more like interactive listing posts, so.
And I'm guessing everybody does this on some level in their market, but paying attention to what the competition's doing would be important. I know this is all time consuming too. So.
Well, one of the things that we had talked about is throughout the year implementing times where we can be cohesive as a group and send out social media posts or have a week dedicated to, we talk about this topic through our social media, or something where we can sort of act again as a community as a whole and have that cohesiveness through our social media content. So that's something that we're talking about, how we can make that work and what type of content would be most useful, but something where we can all come together and sort of build on that engagement through, like I said, a specific topic or what have you. We're still working that out, but some way that we can all work together throughout the year.
That's great.
And one more thing I want to throw out too is, as we're talking about different topics, if there is something that might be beneficial to the people in your office. So for us, you know, as for marketing people, what topics and what things do we want to be educated on? But also maybe you're finding that, you know what, we really need to have a LinkedIn expert come in and talk to all the brokers and talk to all the CORFAC members across the world. That would be most beneficial because, you know, they need to up their bios or their engagement or whatever we need. So if there is a topic that you think would be most useful for the brokers, then we can also set up a topic and set up a Zoom call that you feel might be beneficial to them. We certainly don't want to waste anyone's time, or if it feels, you know, we've got this under control, we know how to do this, we need to move on it, you know, and really be about the marketing group. But if there is something that would be beneficial. Like I said, a social media expert coming in and talking just to them. If they want to have a reporter come in and talk to them about how they can pitch themselves or whatever it is, let us know that too.
You know, Christy made a comment a minute ago and it triggered a couple of thoughts in my mind about we don't put up listings typically. We don't share those. But just to make sure that all of you on this call know, you know, you can, I know a lot of you pay to use BuildOut, and BuildOut is free to all CORFAC members as far as putting listings on the website. So if you haven't done it, I would strongly encourage you and your firms to upload your listings to BuildOut on CORFAC's website. Not going to cost you anything to do that. So that's number one. And number two, I'm sure you guys have seen messages come through from CORFAC firms. You have the ability to push out those listings or anything for that matter that you're looking for via the CORFAC website, or download a member list and send it out via Outlook, no matter what you're looking for, whether you as a marketing person or whether, you know, people in your office as brokers.
Right. And just to add on to what Jonathan said, if anybody on the call wants to, isn't already taking advantage of the BuildOut listing platform, as he mentioned, we do have a free version of it for every member. You know, let me know, and we're happy to get you set up with the administrative login to get going on using that. And also the downloading of member contact lists, that's available in the members only extranet as well. So, and I saw a great idea building on what we had talked about, this CORFAC Spirit Week or something like that. That's exactly what I think Patricia and Christy and Allison had kind of, this idea that has been percolating, trying to come up with some sort of cohesive effort. So thanks for that. That would be really cool.
Things that
we
did for a few years at Cushman was locally, we should just have a kind of a volunteer day. And you know, we're gonna have to make sure everyone stays safe, but if we could do that around all the offices where, like, depending on what the organization is, everyone does like their, you know, the same organization in the morning, and then they pick something on their own in the afternoon, and raise money. You know, they try to raise a little money or whatever, but that to me seems like a feel good kind of, like every CORFAC office is out there giving back in one day. And maybe it's when it's a little warmer and safer.
That's true.
You don't have 3 feet of snow on the ground.
Yeah, but that's a great idea. Yeah. Thanks, Andrea.
It was fun. I mean, people got, I mean, you know, it was a company that went through 3 mergers in less than 5 years. And so you'd be surprised who was willing to go and, you know, spend the day with people they didn't know very well, and people got to know each other. That's hard to do now. It's not like you can fly to Dallas and work with them or whatever, but it's still something that we could advertise, not advertise, but promote on whatever channel.
Yeah, definitely.
Does
anybody have any? Oh, go ahead, Morella. You have another thought?
So I had a question. If we will have access to each other's data, the people here in this marketing call, like emails, or, you know, because maybe there is something interesting that someone mentions, and maybe there can be some individual introductions and exchange of ideas after the call as well, or some people.
Yes, I was planning to send the contact list for this group to all of you so that you have the ability to just, as you mentioned, connect if you'd like, individually or in a region or whatever the case may be. So I will share that with everyone as a follow-up to this call.
Okay, that is great, I think.
Awesome. Well, I thank everybody for your participation and the great ideas, a lot of really good ideas. If there's any, I will again send a follow-up, and if there's anybody who's interested in leading a future call with, leading a topic, or there's a specific topic that you think would have a lot of value for this group to focus on, we welcome those ideas, and we welcome any volunteers who'd like to lead a call. That'd be great. Anything else, Patricia, Christy, Jonathan, you'd like to share before we disconnect?
I would just say that, I mean, the great first meeting here, great exchange. And I hope we can do this on a regular basis. If you guys have resources within your firms, whether it's a template, whether it's a PowerPoint that you're willing to share with CORFAC, send it to me, Christy, Jennifer, the three of us, because we do have a resource center on the extranet that has a lot of good stuff in it, and we're always looking to build on it. So, you send it to us, we'll include it, we'll put it in there, we'll make members aware that it's there. So feel free to share. Thank you.
And I'll just add that if at any time, I know we gave you a lot of things to think about today, so you can go back and think about it and send us back your comments and thoughts, but I'm always accessible. So give me a call, send me an email, ask questions. I'm happy to help in any way that I can.
Yeah, I think this is great. Thank you all for showing up and for joining us. I think this is a good start.
Well, thanks again, and I'll send around a recap and the recording and the chat highlights, and we'll continue talking. And everybody have a great rest of your week, and stay warm if you're indeed in a cold place. And thanks again.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was great. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Thank you and afternoon.
Bye. Thanks.